When life feels pointless, when the days blur together and even the smallest tasks seem insurmountable, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. There are moments when the weight of existence presses down so heavily that hope feels like a distant memory, a fading echo. Yet, in the depths of despair, there lies a story that can heal, that can rekindle the spark within, and remind us that meaning is not something we find, but something we create. Let me take you to a small town, nestled between rolling hills and quiet woodlands. In this town lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was not extraordinary by most measures. He worked at the local library, arranging books and helping visitors find what they sought. His days were routine and predictable, shaped by the ticking of the clock and the changing of the seasons. But beneath the surface, Samuel fought a silent battle. He had lost his wife to illness 2 years ago, and the emptiness left behind was vast. He no longer found joy in the things that once brought him comfort: music, laughter, even the gentle hum of conversation. The world seemed to have lost its color, and Samuel moved through it like a shadow, present, but not truly alive. One chilly morning in early spring, Samuel was shelving books when he noticed a small, worn paperback tucked behind a row of encyclopedias. The cover was faded, and the spine was cracked, but something about the book called out to him. He opened it, and inside the front cover was a handwritten note. "To whoever finds this, may you remember that you matter." The words were simple, but they struck Samuel like a bolt of lightning. He began to read. The story within was about a woman named Eleanor, who lived in a village much like Samuel's. Eleanor was an orphan, raised by the community, and though she had little in terms of possessions, she was rich in kindness. She made it her mission to help those in need, carrying groceries for the elderly, tending to sick animals, and simply listening to anyone who needed a friend. Eleanor's acts were small, almost invisible in the grand scheme of things, but their impact rippled through the village. People began to smile more, to greet each other with warmth. The village flourished, and although Eleanor's name was never celebrated in the town square, her legacy was written in the hearts of everyone she touched. As Samuel read, he felt something shift inside him. He realized that meaning is not always great. It is often found in the quiet moments, the gentle touch, the kind word, the willingness to show up for another soul. Eleanor's story was not about changing the world in a grand way. It was about changing her world in small, consistent ways. Samuel closed the book and sat in silence, letting the message sink in. The next day, Samuel decided to do something different. He baked a batch of cookies and brought them to the library, offering them to anyone who stopped by. He smiled at strangers, asked them how they were, and listened, truly listened, to their answers. He began to notice things he hadn't before: the laughter of children in the park, the beauty of sunlight filtering through the windows, the way people's faces lit up when someone showed genuine interest in their lives. One afternoon, a young woman named Lily came into the library. She was new to town, quiet and withdrew. Samuel greeted her with a warm smile and asked if she needed help finding anything. She hesitated, then nodded. "I'm looking for a book about hope," she whispered. Samuel thought of Eleanor's story and handed her the worn paperback. "This helped me," he said softly. "Maybe it will help you, too." Lily reads the book in a single sitting. Tears streamed down her face as she reached the final page. She returned to the library the next day, her eyes brighter, her posture more confident. "Thank you," she said. "I didn't realize how much I needed this." Word spread about the book, and soon people throughout the town were coming to the library, seeking comfort and connection. Samuel began to organize small gatherings, story nights, poetry readings, even silent meditation sessions. The library transformed from a place of quiet solitude into a hub of shared experience. People who had felt alone for years found themselves drawn into a community that cared, that listened, that mattered. Samuel watched as the town changed, not through grand gestures, but through the accumulation of small acts of kindness and understanding. He saw elderly neighbors smile at children, saw strangers become friends, saw hearts heal in ways that could not be measured or explained. The feeling of pointlessness that had weighed Samuel down began to lift, replaced by a sense of purpose so subtle yet so powerful that he could not help but marvel at its simplicity. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Samuel sat on a bench outside the library, watching the world turn golden. Lily joined him, carrying a notebook filled with poems she had written since reading Eleanor's story. She shared one with him, her voice trembling but clear. In the quiet of the night, when hope feels out of sight, a gentle hand, a listening ear, can make the darkness disappear. We are small, but we are bright, tiny sparks in endless night. And though the world may seem unkind, we find our purpose when we bind our hearts to others, day by day. In simple, kind, and patient ways. Samuel smiled, tears glinting in his eyes. He realized that life's meaning is not something found in grand achievements or distant dreams. It is woven from the threads of connection, compassion, and shared humanity. When life feels pointless, it is often because we have forgotten how deeply we matter to others, and how much others matter to us. The story of Samuel, and the story within the book, are reminders that healing begins with a single step, a decision to reach out, to offer kindness, to choose hope even when it feels impossible. We are all capable of this. No act is too small, no gesture is too insignificant. The universe is vast, and our lives may seem fleeting, but the love we give and receive is the very fabric of meaning. If you are feeling lost, if the days feel heavy and the nights feel endless, remember that you are not alone. Somewhere, someone is waiting for a smile, a kind word, a gentle touch. Somewhere, your presence is the light that keeps someone going. Your story matters, not because of what you achieve, but because of who you were and the love you share. Meaning is not handed to us, it is created in the space between people. It is found in laughter, in tears, in the quiet moments when we choose to care. Life will not always be easy, and there will be times when the shadows seem overwhelming. But every sunrise, every gentle breeze, every act of kindness is a reminder that hope is always within reach. Think back to the story of Eleanor, and the way she changed her world through small, steady acts. Think of Samuel, who found healing not by escaping his pain, but by sharing it with others and letting connection transform him. These stories are not just tales, they are invitations. Invitations to look around, to notice, to act, to care. You may not change the world in a grand way, but you can change someone's world in a way that matters. You can be the reason someone believes in hope again. You can be the gentle hand, the listening ear, the spark in the endless night. If you ever feel pointless, remember, the point of life is not always clear, but it is always present. It is in the way you love, the way you show up, the way you choose kindness when it would be easier to turn away. You are part of a story that is still unfolding, a story that is richer and deeper than you can imagine. So take a breath. Let go of the heavy weight of expectations. Focus on the small things. The smile you give, the help you offer, the time you spend truly listening. These are the moments that build meaning, that heal hearts, that change lives. Life is not pointless. Life is a tapestry, woven from threads of joy and sorrow, hope and despair, connection and solitude. Every thread matters, every story matters, your story matters. If you ever doubt this, remember the book Samuel found, and the message inside. To whoever finds this, may you remember that you matter. It is true. You matter. Your presence, your kindness, your story, they are all part of the great mosaic of life. And somewhere, someone is waiting for you to shine your light, to remind them that hope is real, and that life, even in its darkest moments, is worth living. Let this story heal you. Let it remind you that meaning is not something lost, it is something created, every day, in the choices we make, the love we give, and the connections we nurture. When life feels pointless, remember, the point is you. The point is us. The point is the healing power of hope, kindness, and shared humanity. And so, as the sun sets and the world turns golden, know that you are part of something beautiful, something enduring, something deeply meaningful. You are not alone. You matter. And your story, however quiet, however small, is a source of healing and hope, for yourself, and for all those whose lives you touch.